Sherrese Carby, a television personality gaining the attention of the masses. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
I noticed that you brought two of your student athletes with you. Can you please introduce them?
Yep, so on my left here, on my immediate left is Khalif Young.
Welcome.
Khalif's a grade 11 student, and that's Jawara Pedican. Jawara Pedican's a returning senior.
Fantastic. Welcome, welcome. So you are a teacher, you are a coach, you are a mentor. Gus, you are so many things. Tell me first why you decided to teach, and furthermore, why did you decide to be a gym teacher?
I mean, my last name is Gymnopoulos, so I guess it's natural.
How convenient.
A lot of people always ask me that. Did you become a gym teacher because of your name?
Honestly.
No. The real story behind me becoming a teacher was after I injured my knee in university. I played basketball at Concordia and Concordia University in Montreal, and I suffered an ACL injury, which really made me prioritize my goals in life, because I knew basketball wasn't going to be something that I was going to earn a career off of.
Okay.
But I still wanted to be involved in the game, and I still wanted to be involved with youth.
Yes.
So teaching was just a natural transition for me, in a way that I could still be part of the game and part of athletics and give back as a coach. That's really what got me into teaching.
Wow. And so when you say you're a coach, what does that encompass? What does that look like?
I mean, like you said, there's so many hats to being a coach. Being a coach is more than, drawing plays up on a board or running practice or really the essence of becoming a coach is getting to know the people that you're dealing with more than anything. That is coaching, actually. It may be more coaching than actually talking about the tactical part of sports and in basketball in this case. Because really you're not going to be able to, change lives unless you're able to know the lives that it is that you're trying to change.
Powerful.
Yeah.
That is so powerful.
And it's true. It's true.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I totally think that you nailed it, and I think that a lot of the times individuals disconnect the two. I think the rapport piece is so big, and how much better can you coach when you do know the individuals?
I mean, it's of utmost importance, actually. I mean, if you have a kid, for example, that, suffers from hearing loss, let's say in your classroom, and you yell at him from being too loud.
Yes.
Well, he's going to look at you and he's going to be upset, and you're not going to be able to, break through to that kid. He's just going to think that, this teacher doesn't know me or whatever. It's the same thing with the basketball players. You need to know them.
And not be insensitive, right?
No.
Cater to their specific needs and their specific talents and their specific goals.
Correct.
And it transcends the school, and you are so authentically you, because when you and I met the first time, you invited me to the neighboring community center, and I thought that at first that was odd. And when we went there, upon our arrival, everyone was saying, "Hi, coach. Hi, Gymno. Hi, sir." Obviously, there was rapport, there was relationship there. People seemed like they felt comfortable with you. So it's not just you're bringing me to a neighboring space, it's you're a part of that space. Why do you think it's so important to move outside of the school and get into the community?
Well, first of all, I don't think that you can operate sort of in a bubble. Whether or not you're a coach or an athlete or a student, you got to put yourself out there, and you have to reach out for support. And with the amount of time and effort that we put into the basketball program at Vaughan, we cannot do it alone. I mean, we need that place in order to survive and to basically stay afloat. Oftentimes the people at the community center know things a lot sooner than I would as the head coach.
Wow.
And they can basically ward off any sort of trouble that may be occurring before it actually happens, so that we're always diligent in what we're trying to do. Also, in order to gain support, the basketball program cannot be above other things in the community. It has to be part of the community. Because at the end of the day, what is it that we're doing with basketball, really? We're building relationships, we're having life experiences, and you want to be immersed in the community. You can't do it on your own.
Absolutely. I know that going back to the basketball element of things, you have to know your students. And I'm assuming that there are many talented individuals that come for basketball when it's the time for tryout season. How do you separate an amazing player from a superb player? That must be very difficult.
It is extremely difficult to do. In my experience, I basically don't try to make those distinctions at the very beginning. you kind of let it unfold naturally, and then you
Yes.
kind of see what develops out of it.
Yes.
What I've seen, though, an overarching, basically, trait that I would see that separates the two would be character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You usually see that the character usually outweighs the natural skill and talent, because really talent is character.
Yes.
The ability to work hard and whatever it is that you're doing, that's really what transcends the difference between like a really, really good player and an average player.
And a lot of the times individuals think it's skill in and of itself that is required in order to be a good student athlete or an athlete in and of itself. And that's not the case.
It's not the case, because the skill comes from the work ethic.
Yes.
You can be naturally talented, but you'll get to a certain level where everyone's as talented as you, and then what's
Yes.
going to separate you is your character and your work ethic in any line of work.
Absolutely. So, Khalif, speak a little bit about your work ethic, because Gus mentions the importance of it. When you are on the court and you feel like, you know what, this practice is just tearing me apart and I feel like I'm going to give up, what keeps you moving?
I think about what we're all fighting for and what we all want to do. In the end, we all want to make it to a higher level of basketball, and we want to look striving and looking for the next level. It's not just here.
Yes.
So it may be hard here, but it's going to get harder and harder and harder as we move along. So
Yes.
just get used to it.
Joara, how are you motivated? You're on the court, you're striving for the prize, you want that gold, you want the ultimate win. What motivates you?
Just the fact that we could win the game or whatever. Like my teammates, my teammates get me motivated. I motivate my teammates, and just work off of each other. And so just working with each other and achieving the ultimate goal of winning and being successful is just what makes it happen.
So there's never one star on the court. It's always everyone collaborating because there is one common goal. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So for an individual, because a lot of the times we can be honest and we can say that there are students who want to do basketball and they think that this is their heart and they think that this is their life. Can you tell me about the balance between being a student and being an athlete?
Well, I think it's a balance that every student and athlete must have. Student athlete must have is that to be able to know that, yeah, sure, I can play ball and I can do what I got to do here, but then in the classroom, that's my meal ticket. That's what's going to get me to where I want to get to. And if I keep working there, it's just going to excel me in basketball, because I may not be as skilled as the next guy over there, but if I have the grades to make it into a Ivy League school or this type of school, it's just going to benefit me in the long run.
Yes. So it's not just the basketball that is your meal ticket,
No.
but instead it's that foundation, which is your academics, right? And ensuring that you're excelling. I love that you said that excelling is important, not just getting by, not just substandard, not just level 3 or Bs, but you want to excel and really work toward doing amazing and excellent things. Joara, can you give one piece of advice to an individual who is watching that may want to do this, but they don't think that they're good enough, or they're pursuing their passion, but they think that perhaps they're just not made or cut out for continuing in the field? What would you say?
I say that positivity goes a long way, and at points in times, things might not be going your way, but you just have to stay positive and stay with what you're doing, because it's going to get better eventually. It's like talking about in basketball, you might be losing, but there's always another level to what you're doing. So just always stay positive, and you'll achieve your goal somehow, some way.
We heard a lot of positivity, we heard about character, we heard about work ethic, we heard about excelling academically, we heard great things from these gentlemen. Thank you for complimenting the stage with your presence. We'll be right back with our motivational moments. Sherrese Carby can be contacted by email, social media, or phone.